fellas, we got a special guest today, and we're doing an interesting little build right here.
How's
for
it going,
Emilio,
man?
living the Florida life, man, sweating.
Yeah, it's so yesterday I was working on this car. I went through 3 shirts just working on it, man. But I brought it to you just to see if I was cruising it, and I know the tune needs some stuff, and so I brought it to you to see if you can check it out for me.
This thing's pretty sweet. So we got a 4.8 liter. How big is the turbo again?
It's 76, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big turbo. Not trying to make a lot of power. It's a stock 4.8. Has a G-Force 101A transmission, Holley HP, Holley dash, Holley harness. Basically, I didn't open up this motor. I just put my Moroso pan on it, threw it in there. Stock
bottom end, stock everything, 4.8, 76 millimeter, E85. That's a nice combination. We'll see what we can do. Manual transmission. I think it's going to be pretty fun. Very healthy size intercooler there. So, purpose of this car.
So it's a 4-speed, and I can't run it the way it is. It's too short for the quarter mile. So I'm thinking maybe some 8th mile fun, but mainly like drifting and just playing around with it, burnouts.
So burnouts, drifting, some 8th mile, and if you put a taller tire on it, maybe. Yeah, maybe you can make it work. So, bro, we got some tires around here, so we can have some fun.
Yep. I mean, I'm down for whatever.
So just gonna go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, just try and see if we can get it to live a little longer. You've had some longevity problems. You said this is how many?
This is probably like the 5th motor I've had.
Ooh,
the other ones we were going for power. This one I'm not. They all went through some different stuff.
Went through a number of different things, saw that enact some safety measures, but we really need to just make sure that this is going to make hopefully a little bit better power, but also be better longevity. That seems mutually exclusive, but we can make it happen. So we'll give it a shot. Got a different plug in there. You were complaining of kind of a breakup issue, so we're going to try and address that. But yeah, I want to see what this is about, and I want to rip that trans. So that trans is sick.
Fun. It's different.
You can just basically rip it. Is that what it is?
Or
not sink or less?
Clutchless.
Clutchless.
Like first.
All right, let's give it a shot, man. All right, so we did our baseline pull, and we had an absolutely embarrassing first pull here. It was like 100 horse and 36 pound-feet of torque. However, it was retarding all the timing, so we're trying to figure out what was going on. I delved into something here. I found out that the manifold air temperature sensor was not connected, so we got that connected now. And it appears to be reading accurately, but there was some sort of boost builder. I don't know what the trigger is yet for this, so it's retarding all the timing. It was actually negative timing on that, so that explains that. I shut that part off, and we're gonna find out what the trigger is. We'll get back to that in a minute. But with an accurate manifold air temp and not retarding all that timing, it will definitely get some more power. That guy right there, that pull, my wideband's reading a little bit leaner than the widebands in the car, so good backup, but it gets a little bit contaminated somewhat over there. It's a big open pipe, but pretty close. I'm 10% off on the earlier part of the map and then 20% off on the other part of the map, but we're gonna have this pretty good. That was only 7 pounds of boost, I think it was, or no, maybe 7 to 9 pounds at the very top, but 5,300 RPM. We're definitely gonna have some good growth with that. It's gonna be really good. I think we're gonna be able to make really good power.
I mean, it's already making good power at 437 for me, and that's not even a full pull. So
yeah.
Ew, 559?
Yeah, I think we had boost cut, dude. I think we had boost cut. I think we got to check out what we got going on there.
Dang, that's the most it's made in Florida. 559.
Yeah, you see what's going on.
Not bad for the 3rd pull.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty cool to make 559. However, we did hit boost cut, so that was not intentional. This was set up on boost manual, which is something totally different that I'm not used to. So I got it set up by boost versus RPM, and now we're getting into tuning the boost controller. So I don't know what 30% duty cycle is. We're gonna do some pulls. We're not gonna make as much power there. We're gonna try and get more power sooner. So we wanna raise the duty cycle lower. We have to have some point on the map to start with. Like, we just don't know where we're at yet. So we gotta start there, and then we're gonna build upon that. So this becomes a little bit tedious, but I think in the end, we're gonna have a better result. We're not gonna make as much top end, but if we make more bottom end, we make more usable power, that's going to be pretty awesome. So you need more bottom end and mid-range torque and maybe a little less up top, but more response is really, that would really make a big difference. Duty cycle is actually quite a bit for your boost controller, so we'll see, man. We'll have to really feel this out. This has got me scratching my head even more now.
Yeah, we gotta turn it down a little bit to see. Should we just turn it way down just to see if it goes down?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And go from there.
Boost on the top, but we want it didn't pick up the bottom like we were hoping it would. Like we really wanted to make more boost on the bottom, and then we are making a little less boost on the top, but I don't know. We were off camera, we are kind of just talking about with the boost controller, we might want to try and run it without the boost controller and see what we're at on spring and if we can make more bottom end, because really we want more average torque, not just a peaky one. Like a peaky figure is not really going to do that great. It'd be great if you had an automatic and we were in that area, but we want a broad curve. So if we can make more boost earlier, we think that the way that the boost controller is working is just not quite the way we want. So we're going to maybe do some more experiment and see if we can get more bottom end. It definitely did drop. Unfortunately, we're not making any more sooner, which would have been nice. But we might have a wastegate location issue because it does still kind of seem like we're going up. I'll take a look at the boost curve, but we'd love to be able to make more earlier and then carry on later. Like 471's all right. 530 sounds better.
Yeah, I hear you.
Take a look at what the boost curve looks like, but it's going to look pretty much just like what the power curve looks like, I'm pretty sure. So.
It is making less boost when we just hooked it straight to gate. Right now, we just drilled a little hole right here to see if we can get it to make a little bit more boost, and I think trying to get it to spool quicker as well. 480. Need a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we need a little more. We're definitely not doing bad. Again, that air fuel shows a little bit cleaner than what's actually here, so it has me a little bit unnerved sometimes, but we're going in the right direction, dude. I really kind of wanted to end up near that 500 wheel. It's just a nice magical number, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm happy for whatever.
Let's try it again here. I'll make a quick adjustment here.
More boost. Another hole.
That's a double, so we got a 4-holer. So we're just changing our reference. We're still trying to just make more boost. We're opening up the gate later, so it hopefully makes more boost, but we're also bypassing some of that. So again, it's kind of the redneck way, but it does work. We're having a little issue with the boost controller, so I think this is going to deliver what we want. 543
543.
Dang, man. Oh, dude, we made a ton more boost earlier, actually. So,
Yeah.
you know what I totally forgot about is the fact that, like, heat in the turbo makes such a big difference. So, we might need to take 2 of those holes back. We'll see what we got here.
What's up? Another pull? It's 48, that pull.
It's definitely heat dependent. So that's what we learned right there, is it's definitely heat dependent. With a little bit more heat, it definitely made a little bit more boost there. So interesting find. But I think she's ready to rip.
I think it's good there, man. Over
Yeah.
500.
I'm gonna do a little driving real quick, make sure everything is all good and set up. Like,
Give her a quick 1 through 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit all sorts of maps. But I mean, for the most part, the Holly's doing its job. It's taking care of some stuff. I'm going to correct that so it doesn't have to do its job. And even if something were to go awry, it should still work right. I'm happy with that, man. Yeah, you can't go softly in the gear. I keep forgetting.
Nah, you got to bang them, bro.
Yeah, you have to.
It's all good.
It's gonna take me a minute, but
it's nice having a track right next door.
There it is. Oh yeah, 30 years pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right.
How you like that transmission, man?
Oh, I like it. I like it. I didn't like totally kill it. I gave it a little bit more aggressive of a hit, but yeah, man, she rolls. We'll do one more. I just want to try a quick 2-3, like roll on, see where it's maybe a 30 roll or something like that. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Because you could definitely roll race this.
Yeah.
That would be a good spot for it, honestly.
Daily right now.
Oh my gosh. Like
no, for today.
Well, fellas, Emilio has been through a lot with that setup, and I'm hoping that we finally got something that will live and last. And let me tell you, driving that trans is freaking sick. It's a little hard to get used to, but just ripping the gear is neat. And I still had, muscle memory of pushing the clutch in and so on and so forth. But man, I definitely want to drive that thing a little bit more. Really, really a lot of fun. Still trying to talk him into doing heads and cam and then maybe turn up the boost. I mean, we could definitely make another like 200 more. That leads us to the next part. George is doing some cylinder head work on something that we've never worked on before, but it's going to lead us into another segue, another little section that I'm hoping to be able to work with a bunch of other people that really like doing weird stuff like this. All right, George, is this like a V12 or something, or what's going on here?
I don't even know what kind of car this is. It's got 6 cylinders on one head, freaking 475 valves. I don't know what's going on here, dude.
Well,
But
it ain't a Cummins.
we're gonna port it.
Yeah, that is a little tiny right there. Guys, this head is actually from M4. So a friend of ours, Malik, who has that record-setting M4, we actually raced him with a smart car. He's got a really fast M4. The manual car, on the dyno he made 775, I think it was, or 780. Actually, it pooped the bed.
Pooped the bed. Now he wants to make 4 numbers.
I wanted to show you guys some stuff here. So George already did touch on this.
Feel that? So you want it to be smooth, right?
Yeah.
All right, now feel this one here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so you
Here.
see it on the camera right there.
Yeah, see this gigantic ridge here? That's going to create a lot of turbulent air. And this is just coming like nice into the cylinder.
That's actually, yeah, that's the intake, yeah.
So that's factory lip here.
It's like, look at how big of a lip there is right there.
Yeah. I wonder why they did that. Just the way the casting.
I was kind of scared, but I mean, it looks like you got a lot of meat there, so I just kind of made it as the least amount I could. Exhaust ports, I'm gonna pretty much open those all the way up.
Hell yeah.
Third ski.
Stock. And then boom.
Yeah, look at this.
Ooh, yeah. See how this is knife edged right there? Ooh, yeah.
That right there, and you can see how significant that is. That is a major,
Lippage on there.
yeah, major lippage. I like it.
It just
And this
blasts.
is so smooth now. So we've said this many times. The air goes faster and faster as it necks down to the back of the valve. And this right here is definitely a major problem that George is addressing right now. Now, I mean, the exhaust wise, ooh, actually here, go right here real fast. We can kind of see, that's pretty subtle, but you can really feel that.
Yeah, the exhaust is so much more smooth compared to this lip here. I don't know. When I first seen it, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, what the heck?
Like,
Because-
some sort of super exotic thing, right?
Yeah,
Should be like baller.
but it just like literally comes straight out like a dang bridge, and it like blasts right into the other air. I don't understand.
And the short side radius is the fastest high-speed air right there, and that is going to have a different turn, whereas right now, look at the way that that looks versus the way that that looks. By George completely reshaping that short side right there, I think you're going to pick up a significant amount of airflow. And this last about 3/8 of an inch looks like it's really well shaped, honestly. Like if I were to just walk by and feel this, I'd be like, oh, that's really nice. And then I feel this, I'm like, oh.
That's not even the weird part. So this big chunk right here. So yeah, I mean, it was like 1/8 of an inch. It was all the way around, sticking out like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really weird. And I was like, I was really confused when I first seen it. I was like, what the heck? I was kind of scared to cut it, and then I like took a real good look at everything. Like you can kind of still see here how
Yeah.
it seems like it's so far under the valve seat.
The exhaust really has me interested quite a bit. So if you guys have been around forever in the game here, some of the stuff that you hear about is like D ports. So in the old small block Chevy stuff, this is when I was just, you know, just getting into it. I was probably like 16 years old. I hear people talking about D-port cylinder heads and whatever. Well, what a D-port does is it's got some anti-reversion properties. And I think that we may kind of go that direction with this guy. These are kind of small. I mean, dude, you want to make 1,000 horsepower at some serious RPM, I think we're going to run into some problems. So
Dude, look at all these weird holes in this thing, dude. Like, like, is this where you put your flashlight? I don't even understand.
I mean, the exhaust doesn't look bad. I think we can go with a little bit more volume. At the very least, I think we're going to open up the gasket a little bit here and probably raise the roof, and that should be able to yield a little bit more higher RPM power.
Well, we're definitely going to raise the roof. And we're going to raise the boost to 40 PSI.
34 and, well, wouldn't tolerate it.
And kaput!
Yeah. But he wants to run 40 now with some major upgraded components, and really a boosted motor is going to be much more forgiving. You probably want to round these guys a little bit.
Like,
wow,
if all of this could be rounded out.
Wow, that is honestly a lot sharper than I had expected.
Yeah, dude, I know. It's like some of it is so good and so cool, and some of it's like, what the heck?
So this is a direct injection engine, does have 10.2 to 1 compression ratio stock. Rounding this stuff off is going to decrease hot spots. We should be able to decrease spark knock by addressing that. I definitely think that there's some very promising things of what we're going to be able to see here. Now, this is going to lead to another cylinder head of what I brought back. I'm pretty excited about
tackling, honestly. It's going to be very, very similar to this thing. I just kind of wanted to nerd out with you guys and show you what we see when we look at something that's a little bit alien to us. But cylinder flow is cylinder flow. And, you know, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Dude, if we're talking about a go-kart, or if we're talking about a Ferrari or an M4 or hell, you know, whatever.
The air does what it's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, if open up and optimize the airflow, it's going to make some power. That's what we're here to do. Want to stay away from knock. So if you get rid of like this is not good.
Yeah, like both of these, this guy here, like these are hot spots.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to do like around here a little bit. Just all these, like, it's kind of weird that there's so many like sharp edges in here, honestly, especially since it's like boosted from the factory. Just a little, like a real quick like zzz with the sander. It's just to knock the edge off.
Yeah, that's it. Taking a couple degrees more spark than what you would think. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. You know, when I started porting, I just started with a few tools, got a few things, and then definitely made some mistakes, but we want to inspire you guys to get out there and do some of this yourself. We want to be able to give you guys all the information. If you kind of start a little soft, go a little easy, you can eventually get a little bit more aggressive with it. Surely you can make some improvements. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we definitely appreciate you guys' support. Please check out our store in the link in the description below. Every little bit that you guys help us out definitely helps us be able to put out better content like this, and hopefully if you guys watch enough, there's bound to be something that's going to be able to save you quite a few $100s at some point. One other thing that I wanted to say is to all you guys that are out there serving and doing great things for our country, we definitely appreciate you guys, especially in these crazy times with these crazy stuff going on. Take a deep breath. Hopefully you guys can get a little bit of entertainment from us. We definitely appreciate you. God bless you guys. Stay strong, Patriots. We love you guys. God bless you. We'll see you next episode. I always forget. I'm going to give you guys a song here real quick. Check out The Resistance by Skillet. It is a ripper, very much like Emilio's car. All right, guys. See you next episode.